Hey everybody, this is Curtis from PSNStores.com, and today I'm starting a new feature. I've been playing a lot of Disney Infinity, and we typically don't cover like retail games where we try to stay strictly to like downloadable stuff. But I figured if I'm gonna be playing Disney Infinity as much as I'm going to, and I'm gonna be creating things and doing all sorts of stuff with this game for a while. I might as well make a series out of it, like do something with it for the site as well. That way it doesn't feel like I'm just kind of just doing whatever. It gives me a chance to like make something and then share it with people, which should be pretty cool. So, we might change things around a little bit. I'm just testing the waters, if you will. So what my kind of thought here is that I would make something and then do a weekly video to kind of show off a new creation or something different I've done, and maybe that would give me an opportunity to play around with all of the different things that are in the game, because there are a ton of like creativity toys and all sorts of weird things that I might normally not mess around with. So I figured maybe doing a series like this, it would give me an opportunity to, like, maybe one week I'd be like, you know what, I wanna play around with like the music note stuff, which is something I normally wouldn't do. So for now, here's just some of the things I've done. First is you have a interior in this game, which is like your house, and you can build on rooms. You can like add rooms to the house and like basically decorate each room to whatever you want. So this first room here, I don't think you can change it. I think this opening room right here is kind of gonna be the same for everyone. At least like the shape of it. You can change decoration, so you can like down to like the theme of the wall and the floors, to the chandelier above. All of these things, like this right here, is a centerpiece that you can change. Everything else is just things that you can add. I haven't done a whole lot. Like I've changed the theming of this room. I think it was I want to say it was like Cinderella based at first. I don't remember. But this is one of those things. It's I've got like a fantasy theme going on right now. It's something that I can, if we want, we can just change it right now very quickly. Let's go ahead and so I've got a bunch of different wall themes. I think I have most of the wall themes done. But we'll start first because this whole entrance right here is actually its own thing. Oh, you know what? So if we go, you can change, basically you change the wall, the elevator, the secret door, which we'll get to in a second, and the lobby entrance. So I don't have a lot about lobby entrances, and I'm not sure how many there are. So I kind of wanted to base the theme off of what I had unlocked, and so at the time it was just a fantasy. But we do have a tech, and just a regular corner piece. So I'll probably stick with fantasy until maybe if I unlock something different. Because I would like to, basically my thought here, and I think this might be intentional, is that they might want you to have each room be its own thing. So if we move over here to the right, Gravity Falls, which is like my current favorite TV show running right now. Not that I watch a lot of TV, but Gravity Falls is the best. So this is kind of my room themed after that show, and it's got a lot of cool decorations. You got a picture of Stan. You've got some stuff that you might recognize from the show. We got the Fight Fighters arcade cabinet. Obviously, I like that they have XD on there, because this is if you don't know, Gravity Falls is a Disney Channel. It started out as a Disney Channel show, or it premiered on XD, moved to Disney Channel, and then it's been moved back to XD. Which is why maybe you haven't heard of it, because I know XD. I feel like not. I mean, I've never had XD, and I don't know many people who do. So, then you got your chair, you got the TV, stuff like that. This door right here, basically this leads to a sidekick room. You have sidekicks in the game that can kind of help you fight and combat specific levels, and they also help farming, which we'll get to later. But basically, if you throw a sidekick in this room, they'll decorate it to whatever they want. So if we go over to this room, which is something I've already done, this is a sidekick room. I put Mabel from Gravity Falls as one of my sidekicks, and I threw her in this room. and in a few seconds she just kind of decorated it. So the cool thing about the sidekick rooms is like they have access to pretty much anything that you don't have. Like there are a lot of things in here that I don't have unlocked. Like I don't think I have this unlocked. Pretty sure I don't have this painting here unlocked, and I don't think I have this unlocked either. But because it's the sidekicks decorating, they pretty much are able to do whatever they want. And I believe you can edit this as well. But I figure I'd just leave it as it is. What's up, Winnie the Pooh? Alright, so the last thing on this bottom floor. So you can like change this to a bookshelf or fireplace. But this is a secret passage here. It'll open up. And this leads to a cool like disco room thing. And if we walk over to this button, we got a nice little band, and I think we hit this button too. There we go. Now we got the disco ball going, and it's a party. So that's pretty cool. And so then we'll move upstairs. We can go up the steps. There's also an elevator right here. And so this moves into my my Finding Nemo room, which is funny that because it's over like the disco party area thing, you're hearing the music from that room. But yeah, you know, if you've seen Finding Nemo, you probably recognize there's Mount Wanahagalugi, and you got some jellyfish, you got some tiki statues, you've got the purifier. So that's pretty neat. I think this is all of the Finding Nemo decorations. There might be a couple, I'm not sure. A couple other ones that I don't have. I tried to fit most of them in the room though. One thing I don't know if it, basically a lot of the themes will have chandelier that are kind of based around the theme. I'm not sure if there's a Finding Nemo one. I haven't seen any in the store. And when I was decorating this room, I did not see that I had one. So here's probably one of my favorites, but also one that's kind of unfinished right now, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we've got these like really cool, like spiderweb / Christmassy themed chandeliers. Got a Jack Skellington painting over here. Got a window. We got the bathtub, of course. So we moved down here. This is kind of the section I have finished. We got, you know, pumpkins, fireplace, the reef. We got its bed, Christmas tree with the snake. So that stuff's really cool. The one thing I'm not sure about right now is this area feels kind of empty, but this part down here has pretty much used most of the decorations from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I kind of like, I don't really want to repeat myself over here. So I'm not sure what I want to do around this area. This hallway down here doesn't lead to anything yet, but we do have it kind of nicely themed. I might put some like portraits up on the wall. If we go up here, that doesn't lead to anything either, but you can kind of climb this pole here. And I have not themed it. I have not themed that room. Now, if we move back through the Finding Nemo room, there are a couple other things very quick. So I've not decorated this room yet, but I have themed it to be kind of Aladdin, Here's Your Agrabah Palace themed, which I really like. And I like that these doors here, it has kind of a special theme for that. Here is a room. Again, I have not really done any decorating because I don't think I have any specific objects to go with the theme. And I'm not a big Star Wars person, so this is the... Oops. Let's try this again. Let me see if I can find it. The Mos Eisley? I don't know if that's how you say it. This is that theme. But I don't think I have any like objects that I can kind of put around here. So I've kind of held off on doing anything with that just yet. And then finally, we have this elevator room, which I have all with a bunch of Death Star stuff. And actually, one thing I wanted to quickly change, because I believe I unlocked it. I put this up as a chandelier for now, because I felt like it fit. Just a space station kind of thing. But I think I have a Death Star ceiling light now. And that fits better. And this is just, this just leads to another hallway that is unfinished so far. And actually, if we open up this editor here, and we go to the rooms, so this is what the interior looks like now, essentially. And my one gripe with this right now, I really like just kind of building your own house and just decorating it however you wish. My one gripe is that with the exception of these sidekick rooms, there are no rooms like this that only have one door. Like I would like to have I would like to just be able to lead to a room that just has one door. And you can only do that with the sidekick rooms. Otherwise, everything is like a 4-door, 3-door, 2-door, and then you have some hallways here. There are some specialized rooms that are very expensive, Sparks-wise, which is your kind of in-game currency. I haven't got any of those, but so that's the interior, which is what I've got so far. We might come back to this maybe later on, maybe a few weeks down the line, once I've done some more decorating, because there still are a number of rooms I need to work around with. So we might come back to this later, but for now, let's hop on over to the farm. Alright, and here we are at my farm. So one of the really cool things that I like about this game that you might hear about and think, well, why would you spend a ton of time doing this? That's a great question, and I don't know, but it's been kind of fun. So you can farm in this game. You can kind of they give you a farm, but if you want, you can kind of go and build your own once you've unlocked the pieces to do so. And that's what I decided to do a few days ago, and this is what I've got. This is mostly finished. There's probably gonna be a few things I add, but as you see, so I've got some cool this is like Asgard based railings, I guess. Which I thought looked pretty good. Kind of go with the farm. We got your Mickey Mouse trees. And so here's my farm. And so what you can do, you have the sidekicks I mentioned before. You can give them tools to plant and water your farm or your garden. And you can grow all sorts of things. You can grow carrots, you can grow cabbages, you can grow pizza flowers. Let's get that. All right. So weed. You can grow corn. Let's see if I got anything else growing right now. You've got tomatoes. We got some Jello right there too. And yeah, this is a sunflower seed. You do get weeds, so you kind of gotta get rid of those. But here's what I got so far. They only I wanted to make this a little bit bigger, but unfortunately, these the plots for farming, they're a specific kind of piece that I think it's because it's actually something you can have things be interacting with. Like you you know, these aren't just pieces for show, but these are things that you're gonna be growing, you know, food out of it. So I think because there's a bit more to these pieces, they actually take up a decent amount of like the bar for like when you're creating a level. You know, you have a kind of your thermometer, right? And so you can't place a ton of these. So I've got quite a bit of plots here, and it's taken up a good portion of that specific part of the thermometer. But this is a pretty decent size for a farm. And then if we go back here, you know, we've got get some buildings back here. We got a nice little waterfall. And that leads to a river that if we walk all the way back, it kind of embeeds out into a pond. And then we have one other thing. And you know, I might add some things back here. It's kind of empty right now. I'm not sure. A lot of this kind of varies. I've got a decent amount of things unlocked that I can use, but there's still a lot that I don't have. So there's a number of things that I probably would use. I just don't have access to it yet. And the tough thing I've had is like I've got like a cool theme going on here. It's kind of it's specifically like a Mickey Mouse themed kind of farm area, which is nice. And I think that, you know, whatever your background is here, whatever your skybox is, like that's going to determine the music. I think unless you specifically set it. So the thing I had a really tough time with is like creating a like a border that kind of looked natural in a way. Like the waterfall stuff was pretty easy to do, but then I had to like create these walls here that looked somewhat natural, because I kind of wanted to create that feeling. And then of course you just have this drop off right here. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, or if I'm going to do anything about it, but I guess it probably doesn't matter. But if you go down as well, it leads to a cool little hidden area here. Nothing in here yet. I suppose you could put like a thing of gold or something. Let's see if I can find something. That's the other thing I'll need to do. You can set favorites for things that you use often, which I feel like you need to do because there's just a ton of stuff here. There's a lot of categories. I've already, you know, went over once. Let's see. I'm not even sure where they would be. But you do have like a pot of gold and stuff that you could put around, so, you know, maybe you could put something down there. But that's gonna do it for this first video. Let me know what you think. Again, I think my plan is to kind of like, you know, over the course of a week, work on a specific project, and then for the video, kind of show that project off. I've thought about, you know, I already had my interior in this farm built before doing the video, but in the future, like I might do like time-lapse stuff. It takes a long time to put this stuff together. This farm took a few hours to do, so I would like to keep the video short, so I think I would be open to maybe doing some time-lapse stuff, just because it'd be cool to actually see it built as well. Rather than just showing it off as well. But, you know, we'll see what works and what doesn't. And then, hopefully this will be a pretty cool series in the future. And then maybe at some point I'll add something right here so you don't just fall forever. Alright, thanks for watching. And then, stay tuned to the PSNStores YouTube channel, PSNStores website for anything PSN related, but also some cool Disney Infinity videos.